Lake County 911. Is this an emergency?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what's going on?
This is going to sound really odd, but I ended up killing my father and my brother.
Okay, what's your name?
Christopher Besser.
Okay, and are you in Monticello right now?
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Gwen Besser. If you Google my name, you'll find a horrid, tragic story. A broken family, broken hearts. Hard to believe it's my life. It's a story of tragedy, which God has used for great glory, healing, forgiveness, and love. I got married to Todd in 2013, and it was an amazing day. He truly was a gift from God, and I had prayed for him, and God provided. Todd was a cop, and he loved it. He was good with people. He had great people skills, always complimenting people, always had a good word to say. Everybody thought Sunshine was their nickname from him, but he called everybody that, so yeah. Todd had 3 sons, 21, 24, and 26 when we got married. His sons were his everything. He loved his boys so much. The youngest, Christopher, had some real anger issues. Didn't feel like he measured up to his siblings or his dad. I never would. He would do temporary jobs. They would love him. They would want to hire him. Then he'd go home and drink himself to the point where he wouldn't go to work again. And so he'd lose that job. And he just kept that pattern. And that's when tension probably started more of, what do I do with this kid? How do I help him? You know, there's a fine line between enabling and making them responsible, and he was struggling with that. May 9th, 2015, Todd went over to check on Christopher, who was intoxicated, we'd been told. They had an argument or discussion in the garage about Christopher and his lifestyle and how he needed to change it. Get a job, get treatment, quit messing up your life. Todd went in the house and went down on his computer in the basement. Then Christopher went in the house, and he sat down on the couch in the living room and was contemplating how angry he was at his dad, and he just thought if he got rid of his dad, he'd get rid of all his problems. So he went and got his shotgun, walked downstairs, and shot his dad in the back of the head. Went back upstairs, shot his brother in the stomach, and drove away. The doorbell rings, and there's 3 of Todd's partners standing there. And I looked at him and I said, I'm a widow, aren't I? I never experienced anything so heavy that I really couldn't breathe because it hurt so bad. And I just sat in the house crying and yelling at God, going, he didn't deserve this, because he didn't. Nobody deserves that. We're so happy, and how could he take his life? How could he kill his dad? Grief has so many stages. I'm sure it manifested in a lot of ways. There was definitely anger. And I feel like I was justified that anger. When there's something so wrong, it's okay to be angry at it. There's righteous anger in that. I wanted him to go to prison and never get out. He needed to pay the consequences for what he'd done. He's destroyed 2 lives. His life needs to be spent inside the prison walls for the rest of his life. Obviously, the first week is filled with funeral, people, condolences. My friends never left my side. My family didn't leave my side. They were all right there for me. Three weeks later, it's Christopher's birthday. It's his 22nd birthday. I feel God calling me to go see him. And I knew that I needed to forgive him. I don't want to. I could care less if I ever saw him again. But I knew my husband would want me to show him Jesus. I know God wants me to show Jesus to him. As I sat down to do my devotions that morning, I said, God, I don't know how to do this. I don't know what this looks like. You have to walk me through this. I opened to a devotional that was, don't run from the tragedies in your life. Allow me to walk you through them and bring glory to me. As hard as that is, as hard as that was, I did it. I went, and I was able to tell him, your only way you're going to find peace is with God. You have to let God in your heart, and that's where you'll find your peace, even inside jail. It was torture to go. I hated it. I hated it. It was definitely an act of obedience. But forgiveness is swallowing your pride and your hurt and trusting God to heal and carry you in it. If I hadn't chosen to forgive, I can't even fathom the anger and bitterness that would be inside of me. I have every right to be angry at him. He's hurt me deeply. He's hurt a lot of people deeply. But I choose joy. I choose love, and I choose life. I don't know how people go through anything without God, though, because that's the only way I've been able to feel like I've come through this in any way, shape, or form. I still dread the thought of going every time I go, but I actually enjoy my visits with him. I've asked God from the beginning to love him through me because I don't have a love for him. I can honestly say God has now given me a love for him that is not of me. There's no way it's from me. But I can say I love him to his face and mean it. That's not Gwen. No way, no how. That's God.